I think what kind of breathed some fresh air into the shoe was some of the collabs.
Colette, Pata, Kith, Ronnie Feig.
ASICS focused more on like their design, their culture, their storytelling, you know?
Yeah. Very important to the culture. So
For the culture.
For the culture. Guys, welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Can you guess what we're talking about today?
Does a sound mind and a sound body rings any bells to you?
Well, that is the Latin phrase for what ASICS stands for.
It is.
So their whole philosophy is about promoting health and well-being through physical activity. So that sounds like something I can stand behind.
Yep. But it does sound very nice.
It does sound very
you know?
peaceful and serene and a bit of me.
So we're talking about ASICS today.
Yes.
The Zen shoe, I would call it from now on.
Yes, they have a really incredible history, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which dates all the way back to 1949, right?
Yes, because Mr. Onitsuka founded the brand, actually, which evolved into Onitsuka Tiger, which is still a company that is very established, especially in Japan.
Yeah, and taken over the name tiger being the most powerful animal in Asia. That's where it kind of came from.
Yep.
So then fast forward more, 1977, that's when two brands combined together to make ASICS themselves. So they've had quite a history, to be honest.
A pretty complex history, but they're still
here.
around.
That's it. And what kind of made the shoe really innovative is the use of the gel technology in their cushioning. So that is what is making us feel like we're standing on clouds at the moment. Y'all might not be able to see it, but we feel it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they really use this gel technology to infuse comfort into the shoe.
Yeah, and I think that is one of the big reasons why ASICS is still around and is as popular as it is today, because ASICS, in my opinion, haven't been like the biggest like streetwear sneaker brand.
Yeah.
But comfortability became more popular in the most recent years.
Absolutely.
And I think that is why like ASICS is like up there right now.
That's it. I totally agree as well. And I think what kind of breathed some fresh air into the shoe was some of the collabs that ASICS were able to do as well.
I think they were very early with like collaborating with like very cultural, popular brands like Colette, Pata. They collaborated with Kith, Ronnie Feig. Those have been very like prominent collaborations that are still very wanted. So
absolutely,
that kind of like gave them a boost into popularity.
I think so.
And I think it just grew from there.
Absolutely. I think once you have comfort and, you know, good design, all you need is someone to boost it up for you. And that's it.
And they did.
That's why they've got me wearing the shoe, guys. You know what I mean?
But they've been doing really great with like good models.
Yeah.
Good signature shoes, good comfort, good colorways. They've been popping off lately. I
mean, they're ticking every box correctly. Can't complain with ASICS.
Definitely. So if you guys were around like me back in the early 2000s and the early 2010s.
You were like, what, 40 years old by then?
Yeah, I guess something like that. So alive 40 years old. But if you were around back then, you definitely remember like the ASICS Gel Light 3s.
Yes.
And the Gel Light 5s, which were everywhere.
Absolutely.
Very prominent shoes in sneaker culture back then.
Yes, and ASICS kind of combined their brand with fashion powerhouses to really blow up their brand. And
like 2015 they were doing collabs all over the place.
Left, right and center, baby.
Yep, and very hype releases as well, because for an example, they did a collaboration with Ronnie Feig, the Feigs.
Yeah.
They were like a mashup of every collaboration he had done until that point, and they were like very, over the top. But in a good way.
Yeah, you've got two different colors on both feet. Even right now, that's a statement to do. I'm not even sure if I've got the confidence for that. But back then,
I don't, honestly. But it's a good shoe because it doesn't have like these very bold colors. They're like more like
kind of a little more chill.
Down.
They're not like highlighter in your face, neon.
No, which would have been an even bigger statement. But I do like them, and I think back in those days, it was a good collab to do.
Absolutely.
Just bold statement.
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of how ASICS focused more on like their design, their culture, their storytelling, you know?
Yeah. And because they teamed up with like these boutiques as well that weren't like necessarily huge back in those days, but were very important to the culture. So For the culture. So I think that is an important thing for the ASICS history, and that's why they are still around.
Yeah. They really differentiate from other brands that might focus more on athletes and performance, whereas this has a bit more lore, a bit more backstory. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. Fast forward, 2025, they're back. Back. And why is that? Tell the people.
Because they're good.
They're good. I mean, let's keep it at that.
Simple. No, but they made a comeback. They were a dad shoe, and now you're seeing them on every TikTok fit check.
Yeah, I mean, like the early 2000s has made like a full comeback, you know, like the Y2K type of styles. And like you said, the dad shoe has been talked about for the last couple of years. Yeah. They've been big for like TikTok trends to people flexing them on IG.
Yeah. You've seen them everywhere on fashion, mood boards, Pinterest. Like everyone loves it. And I love it personally. But we've seen the Gel-Kayanos 14s and the Gel 1130s.
Yeah, those are big ones. Those are like the... I think the two most popular ones from like the past couple of months and years.
That are coming back, You've got, you know, the Gel-Kayanos 14s that have like the metallic colorways and the mesh. So it really kind of gives it a little bit more of a pop than just being like the dad shoe. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I agree.
Super, super popular, and everyone's picking them up, I think, so.
Yeah, 100%. And I think especially for the Gel-Kayanos 14s, like the John collab that they did. That like took it off again.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
John came out with the Gel-Kayanos 14s, and everyone was like, whoa.
Stop.
I kind of forgot about these, but these are hard, you know?
Absolutely.
And I think that is why I like collaborations that like bring back stuff so that people get reintroduced to certain silhouettes.
I think so too, because I think, you know, if they're not brought back by something fun and, you know, cool and different, I would have sat there and been like, boring. Boring.
Yeah, but if you see it work, then you're like, I see the vision right now. Yeah,
exactly.
100%. And I think that is, very, once again, the collaborations doing their duty.
Exactly. That's the whole point, you know? So, yeah, we're here for it.
All right, my twinsy. Let's talk about the 3 most popular styles that we have right now. First off, the 1130s.
Yes, sir. This is like the OG dad shoe. Originally debuted in 2008. This is what the people then were wearing back in the day. So we've got, you know, some synthetic overlays on this shoe with some chunky sole cushioning, which just embodies dad vibes altogether. It's what you'd see your gym PE teacher wearing in school, and you're just like, damn, you old. But now they've made a comeback. Everyone's wearing them. They've got great comfort and cushionability, and people are wearing them with everything now. Oversized tees, jorts, cargos, like heck, they are a super versatile and durable shoe. Like, looking at him. Look how he's cheesing from ear to ear. He's happy. And next in line, we've got the
Gel-NYCs. I love to talk about these because these have been doing numbers last summer. I've seen everybody rock these, from young to old, street guys, your regular dads, everybody. I think these are just good. It's just a good overall shoe, man. I mean, let's look at them. Look at them. Show them to the people, Yasmine. Show them. These are good, you know? These have a very sleek silhouette, but are still bulky in a slight way. It just makes them a good overall shoes. They're comfortable, they look good, especially this colorway looks very fresh. That's all I'm gonna say. The Gel-NYC's a good shoe, man. Alright, then next, a shoe from the future. The Gel-Kinetic Fluids.
Yes, sir. Now this is the bold bad boy of the family.
Yeah, this is my favorite, by the way.
My favorite too. The period. Like, you can see exactly where the gel cushioning comes into place here. It's a fashion-forward shoe. Looks like it's straight out of 2040. We've got streamlined silhouettes, but it's still got that bulky kind of cushioning that makes it super, super comfortable. What do you think about it, Nadim?
I like them. It's a good futuristic look. It's a unique sole that I haven't really seen before.
I think so too.
And I think that is very cool. Like the little back tap as well kind of gives it a very unique look.
I think it's definitely the bold one in the ASICS family. You know what I mean? It's a rebel for sure. And you know, if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you probably will soon.
We'll see.
Well, guys, we are very zen today. Yeah. Thank you for making it to the end of this episode.
Thank you for watching us talk about the ASICS. And remember,
a sound body is a sound mind.